Good morning, everyone. Happy Sunday. Welcome to another episode of Sports News Flash at 12. I'm your weekend sports anchor, Miguel Mike Medina. In this episode, I'm only going to dedicate it to Bobby Knight. It's going to be a short episode. Bobby Knight, one of the greatest coaches in basketball history, one of the all-time winningest coaches in basketball history, has passed away recently at the age of 83. He lived a long life. He had a successful career. And although we knew he was sick for some time now, but it's still a surprise when you hear someone pass away, like a name like Bobby Knight. Bobby Knight, yes, he had character flaws, but let's stick more to the positive side. Bobby Knight coached in an era where coaches were basically given the freedom to coach how they want to coach. It's not like today nowadays that players, they want to be baby. They're too sensitive. They go on social media to confront their problems, to cry about it. But Bobby Knight, he coached players. He worked tough on them, and the players were tough, mentally tough. That's just how it was back then. That's how players were wired back then. But Coach Bobby Knight, he molded his players into men. A lot of men came out of his system and they went on to have successful careers. He's influenced so many of them. Coach K, Mike Woodson, who played for him and now he's the current head coach at Indiana. Steve Alford, who played for him and went on to coaching as well. Isaiah Thomas played for him. There's just so many people that I could go down the list whose lives he has touched. And they went on and they became better men because of Bobby Knight. Bobby Knight focused more on education than basketball. Guys like him, Dean Smith, Coach Thompson, they really encouraged their student athletes to stay in school and complete their 4 years and get their degree. Bobby Knight was very strict about that. Was he tough? Yes, he was very tough. He was very hard on his players, but he was the kind of coach that he wanted you to play the game the right way. He wanted you to listen to him. He was all about winning and about for you to become not only a better player, but a better man when you leave Indiana. Coach Bobby Knight, he led Indiana to 3 NCAA titles, 1976, 1981, and 1987. His 1976 team went 32-0, which remains the most recent team to go undefeated and win the national title. So when you hear stuff like that, it's just mind-blowing. Bobby Knight, he's a 4-time National Coach of the Year. Before his time in Indiana, where he became a larger-than-life figure. But before that, he graduated from Ohio State in 1962, and then he had his first coaching job, which was for the Army team. And then obviously, like I said, he went to Indiana. And then after Indiana, he concluded his coaching career at Texas Tech from 2002 through 2008. When he got let go by Indiana in 2000 because of the whole Neil Reed situation, he was very bitter. He was very bitter and was angry at the university. And it took him 20 years. He didn't return to the assembly line until 2020, after everything that happened. And when I started getting into sports, the first thing I found out about Bobby Knight was about the whole grabbing the neck incident. I remember that like it was yesterday. I was like 8, 9 years old at the time. So I got to see more of his coaching when he was at Texas Tech. But at least I can say that I got to see Bobby Knight coach at the sidelines through my TV screen. like I said, he had character flaws. He was very temperamental. You had moments like him throwing the chair across the court against Purdue in 1985, I believe it was. You had him, obviously, his constant back and forth with the media, but he just didn't like stupidity. He didn't like to get hammered. He hated losing. There's more good than bad when it comes to Bobby Knight. And I feel that, you know, us human beings, we tend to, there could be like a 50, 100 things, great things about a person, but if they do one thing bad, we all want to focus on that. And that's something that we have to correct about ourselves and not always focus on the negatives. We got to look at the good things that they've done when they were here. So this is more of a celebration of Bobby Knight's career, his accomplishments. I remember I think there was like one or two movies made about him. I think Hoosiers was based on Bobby Knight, if I remember correctly. But like I said, he has influence. He has made so many players become better men after they left Indiana. So to Bobby Knight and his family, my condolences. To you guys, rest in peace, Coach Bobby Knight. We need more men like him in the sense that we need leaders who will show tough love, but also care about you. And I feel that Bobby Knight represented both. He was a very tough love kind of persona, but he was loving at the same time. That's the impression I got from him. But he had a successful life. He lived a long life. To coach so many players, top players. And when I think of top players that he's coached for, the first one that comes to my mind is Isiah Thomas. Isiah Thomas, Hall of Famer, two-time NBA champion, one in my opinion, a top 3 greatest point guards of all time. So, and he's always spoken highly of Bobby Knight. So, but rest in peace to Bobby Knight. And this is a good time to look back at his accomplishments and classic games that where he shined and thrived, especially in his time with Indiana. That does it for this episode of Sports News Flash at 12. Email me. Let me know what you think about this episode. Let me know anything else that you want to share with me. I love doing this. And it's an honor to just wake up early in the morning and provide you guys with content. So enjoy NFL Sunday. Enjoy sports in general. Be safe. Have a safe, relaxing Sunday. And may God bless you all. I'll see you guys next week.